I actually ask patients if it is okay to talk about weight. If they don't want to be weighed at an appointment, that is okay.
According to an internal medicine doctor that works at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, it is perfectly okay to be fat and unhealthy. So Liz of TikTok shared a video of this doctor. I actually want to show the other one first. Did I link the YouTube video of mine?
Yep.
Did I share that one with you? That one. So this one I think is important to listen to beforehand. But just as a lead up, this doctor, I believe the hospital is in Seattle, but I could be wrong. She posted a video on TikTok discussing everything that she has learned about being a doctor from TikTok, about essentially treating overweight and obese people like they're not overweight and obese. So, and if you want to refer to the Twitter page of the Cedars-Sinai Hospital, this hospital where this doctor works has been ranked as the best hospital by US News 8 years in a row. So that's terrifying. That's terrifying. So I clipped this video from another video, but essentially what she is responding to is a woman saying that she doesn't like to be weighed at her doctor's appointments or doesn't like to be asked about her weight or something like that. And this is this doctor's response to it.
One of the things I've learned as a doctor on TikTok is how many people are going to the doctor and just being told to lose weight. I have always known, trust me, that weight can be a source of shame and stigma and something that actually stops people from going to the doctor because they want to go get help with their problems, but they don't want to be weighed. They don't want to get a lecture on how they need to lose weight, especially when they're things that have nothing to do with their weight, and people want to avoid that lecture on weight loss when they just want help with their nausea or something. I think learning from all of you creators and commenters how big of a problem this is has really made an impression on me and quite frankly has changed my practice. So I actually ask patients if it is okay to talk about weight. If they don't want to be weighed at an appointment, that is okay. We actually are changing our electronic health record to make it so weight isn't even printed out on their discharge paperwork if they don't want to see it. Because this is crazy. You should be able to go to a doctor for a legitimate health concern and not have it blamed on your weight. This is not okay.
I think that's great. I want her to be my doctor.
One of the things.
Oh my gosh. Does anybody else see a problem with this? First of all, everybody gets weighed when we go to the doctor. Everybody. It does not matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you walk in and you are the most fit person. If this doctor, who clearly looks like a supermodel, she is going to get weighed when she goes to the doctor. This is not a stigma. This is not something that is meant to shame you. And if you do feel shame, you know, that's a you thing. But how is your doctor going to address your issues if they cannot take a full, get a comprehensive view of what your health
Can't say
looks
full.
like?
Can't say comprehensive. It's too weighty.
Oh, full. Sorry. It blows my mind because according to the CDC, the leading cause of death in America are obesity-related diseases. Yet we now have doctors who are prioritizing the experiences of people who go on TikTok and whine about being weighed instead of doing what doctors are supposed to do, which is to get to the root cause of your problems and help you correct it. They're going by, you know, there's some people on TikTok that have had their feelings hurt about being weighed. So now if somebody comes into my office who is clearly overweight, if they don't want to talk about their weight, we're going to pretend that they're not overweight.
Can we just talk about an elephant in the room for 5 seconds? So this chick is
you would say that.
This chick is a doctor, and she's getting her information to help inform her practice from TikTok. We're a couple of yahoos on the internet, and we're going to the Lancet Regional Health Journal. What the heck is going on? Like, are you serious? Like, we gave you better medically relevant and informed medicine advice, not a doctor, not giving health advice you should take, but the doctor is getting their, oh, how am I going to treat my patients from TikTok? That's insane. The most important things for medical practice are symptoms, medical history, family history. Sorry, guys. You got to get weighed. Changes in weight can be a symptom. How the heck are they supposed to figure that out if they can't weigh you?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, she said if someone comes in with a legitimate health concern like nausea, it's like, you know what? If you are overweight and you have nausea, I'm going to ask what you've been eating. So it just blows my mind because she said, you know, these weight things are related to stigma and all of these things. It's like, you know what else they're related to? Diabetes, heart disease, cancer, premature death. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that it's related to, but I have concerns because if you look at this, I went to her TikTok page and she had posted something about, it was around the time that Roe v. Wade was overturned. And she said that women are not the only people that are affected by this, but trans men and non-binary people are affected by it as well. And that is, you know, so that's just kind of the tone of her entire page. And, you know, so this training is coming from somewhere. This is the way doctors are being trained now. And they're bragging about being, you know, Gen Z, the next generation of doctors who are more progressive in their thinking, who are more open to change. And it's like, you're going to get us all killed. Can you think of any other, like, a positive outcome for teaching our doctors to practice medicine this way?
I mean, I think this chick probably complains about the dentist saying you need to brush and floss, maybe cut down on the sweets. And, you know, what does she think about the profession? What do these people think about the profession's personal trainer, dietitian? Is dietitian like a bad word, like a Nazi, or a nutritionist? My chiropractor gives me more sound medical advice than this lady. Oh, man.
But I've seen so many videos with stuff like this in it, and it just blows my mind how many people have to die before we realize that our doctors are now being trained to allow us to die. Because you know what makes me feel more shame than being fat? Being dead. So, you know, it just blows my mind because I think I said last week, we look at these activists that are sitting in the middle of the freeway and blocking traffic and doing all these crazy things. And we think that that is the extent of, like, that's the worst part of activism. These obnoxious people that scream and yell in public and throw tantrums. To me, this is the worst part of activism because every single system in the United States right now is being infiltrated with activists who, in their training through these left-wing universities, have been programmed to steer people in the direction of mental illness and drug dependency and complete delusion. So there's a reason for all this. There's an agenda. It's not for our benefit, guys.
Shameless plug here on my YouTube channel and my Rumble. I just posted a video, this one right here, America's Failed Standards. This is about the JFK's La Sierra PE program that they did in some 3,000 schools. I said 1,000 in the video. That was not correct. It was 3,000. But look at these kids. Look. Gosh. Yeah, guys, we need to. I mean, what's more dangerous? The news will have you believe the opposite here. But what's more dangerous in America right now today? A box of donuts or white supremacy? The data says the donuts.
A white supremacist eating a donut.
You're on fire tonight.
I'm on one.
Oh, that needs to
I
be a
don't get it.
t-shirt. A white supremacist eating a donut.
It's wrong. We're sitting here laughing, but it is so wrong and so evil, but it just blows my mind that people can be programmed to feel this way. That if I want to walk into my doctor's office and I weigh 400 pounds, that I can just tell my doctor we are not allowed to address this, and they have to pretend that this issue does not exist.
The weirdest part about it is, because we're laughing and we're poking fun, but the reason that we care, Samantha and I, and a lot of you listening, the reason that we care is because we know that this is going to cause harm to these people. Her patients are being harmed by this. They're being intentionally led off of the path of health and longevity and living to see their children's children. They're being led to feel good. Oh, let me hold your hand and rub your back and you'll be dead at 35.
Yeah.
And we don't want that for them.
Exactly. They think that people like us who are like, hey, we need to acknowledge the reality of the fact that maybe you have a little bit of extra weight on your body or whatever it is. And so that you can get to the root of why you are not feeling well, or so that you can figure out what it is that is going to make you healthy. But if we can't be honest about that, there are so many things that are going to go unaddressed and untreated, and you're going to be miserable. You're going to feel sick, and you're essentially being led right off a cliff. And lying to you is what is pushing people off of that cliff.